we were supposed to play after the convention. Trump obviously had a pretty long speech that night, right? And went longer, I think, than everybody was expecting. We were supposed to go on at 11.
It was midnight or 12:30.
Yeah, I got later, and we're old men, right? So 12 and 12:30, that's late for these guys.
You're not old.
Yeah.
Dude.
You're not old.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm telling you, it was struggle.
late. I think this year Jason wanted to just, the first couple of shows, he was like, guys, let's just play it without, I don't want to have to do a speech before it, because he didn't want to wear people out.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was wearing people out. And so the first couple nights we just busted into it after another song, and the place erupted. And then he realized that people were really wanting him to say something. So the last like 4 shows, he's been setting it up really, really great.
What's he say?
Oh, it's a little different every night, but basically about bringing everyone together and what the song meant, and really thanking them for getting behind it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels bigger than it did last year.
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
It's
or
Kamala.
The way I heard it was
KamaLA.
Kamala. No, I think it's Kamala.
Definitively.
It's kind of amazing the transition. Like before, when she's strictly VP, you see her doing the things and she's speaking.
She did nothing. Okay,
well,
not doing things. She didn't.
Yeah.
She did nothing. By the way,
Right.
go ahead. My bad.
Sorry, you asked me.
The Try That in a Small Town podcast begins now.
All right, guys, welcome back. We haven't been together for a couple weeks, right? We got a lot to catch
You
up
guys
on.
have been on the road.
Tonight we're going to catch up on our new tour, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were at the RNC. We might talk a little Olympics. We got to talk about some current events. There was a lot going on in the political world we'll need to catch up on. We got an assassination attempt.
You two guys have the new Aldean single.
We do. We'll
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit.
Neil's
And
mad about it.
We might even talk a little bit about some skiing, from what I understand.
Oh, let me tell you.
Welcome back to the Try That in the Small Town podcast. Tully, Kalo, Neil, Kurt.
We're back.
And if only the cameras would have been rolling.
I was dragging. I was
just
dragging
started.
butt when I walked in today.
You're not dragging
And
anymore.
no, we brought up some subject matter that.
It got you all fired
Got
up.
hyped a little bit.
And Kalo's got a cold.
A little bit. Yeah, sorry about that, folks. But
Or is
you
it
gotta push
COVID?
through.
Do we need to try that
No, it's
small
not.
town
No.
mask?
No.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, we should get those, totally.
Did you test yourself?
No,
No, but it's just...
we are not making try that in a small town.
Same old
mask.
sinus thing.
Unless the bird flu thing takes off, and then we could probably sell them. I'm
Hey,
not
what
wearing
was the
one.
bird flu? I actually don't remember. Does anybody know what that
I
was?
saw something. There's something else. The libs are starting up. I'm sure.
Can't keep track of it all.
Yeah.
Where do we
Right.
want to start tonight, guys?
Well, we're back on tour.
We are back on tour.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is great, because I think we were curious. New tour, removed from when the song first came out, and I got what would it be, 5 shows in on the new tour?
You'd know better than me. I've got a case of the Bidens.
You do. You saw it.
Before you even go on, the first 3 nights of the tour, I lost my laminate every night.
You don't need a laminate. Your face is
Well,
your
that's what I
laminate.
try to tell people, but they don't like that. So every night, I may have had a drink or two. Somehow I wake up the next morning, and I'm like, where's my laminate? Where's my laminate? Oh, I lost it. 3 nights in a row, I lost it. Tully, my good friend, found it every night for me.
Which is a
Oh,
bad sign.
That's nice.
So they seriously
Well,
wouldn't
that's
let,
not really
they wouldn't-
my role.
They wouldn't let you in if you didn't have a laminate
Yeah,
on. You're
some-
walking up and you have a guitar wrapped around.
Well,
you.
so-
I mean, seriously.
Hey, but just to be serious, I mean, they do take security a little bit more serious now than they used to. We've been a part of some unfortunate events. Yes, they take security seriously. So they want you to have that laminate.
What kind of security
And
is
really,
that?
it's not even so much that as it's a point of pride. See who can make it the longest with the original laminate.
I went less than 24 hours.
Well, but it's not ironic that Tully was the one that found the laminate for you, and he's scrambling to do so because that time you beat him up outside the bus. So he's still
my
trying to win your
gosh.
favor.
That's true.
Right?
Anyway, Tully, go on with your story.
Which did happen.
Go on with your story.
But long
5
story
nights into the
short,
tour.
yeah, the song "Try That in a Small Town." I think this year Jason wanted to just, the first couple of shows, he was like, guys, let's just play it without, I don't want to have to do a speech before it, because he didn't want to wear people out.
Yeah.
I think he thought he was wearing people out, and So the first couple nights, we just busted into it after another song, and the place erupted. And then he realized that people were really, at least I think he realized, people were really wanting him to say something. So the last like 4 shows, he's been setting it up really, really great. And
What's he say?
oh, it's a little different every night, but basically about bringing everyone together and what this song meant, and really thanking them for getting behind it. And it feels bigger than it did last year.
And to Jason's credit, like every night, like he doesn't want to have a spiel, and that's kind of his thing. He doesn't want to have like a set. Here's what I'm going to say. You guys know him. He's genuine, right? He wants it to be from the heart every night. And so I think in a way that's kind of why he stopped, because he didn't want people to think it was a thing.
Contrived.
Yeah, contrived. Thank you for the word. But
That's a big word for me.
Whoa, that is a big word for you.
Especially on a
Don't
Monday.
get used to that, guys.
But you're right. I do think that people were hanging on it. They want that to be a moment for everyone in the crowd, you know. So I think he kind of sensed that, like you were saying. And
this tour feels different in a great way for some reason. He is really killing it. Like this year he's talking a little more before songs and setting them up, and maybe like going back and telling a story about it, like reflecting on the last 20 years, which has been really cool. It's been a really, really...
Guys, they said 19 years since the first album dropped last week.
So,
That's crazy.
but it's been great. The song is going over so well. It doesn't feel bigger than last year, but it feels like it means more. I think a lot of people really saw what the media,
was so new
what
on
the
the
media was
last
trying
tour.
to do to it. I
Yeah.
feel like they can't wait to hear
I
it.
couldn't
and
wait for the tour to start up this time on this tour, because I really felt like it
Were you
was
guys
like they're
coming back
ready
out?
for it, they're prepared for it, they're coming out to the show, and they couldn't wait to hear that song kick off. I love your Cash Patel T-shirt.
We love Cash.
I
Cash,
do.
we
I
do.
love Cash.
He's our guy. Saw him at the RNC.
We did.
How was that?
Yes.
How was that?
That was a blast. Of course, everybody saw Jason sitting next to the Jason and Brittany.
So everybody sees President Trump. He's in his spot. And then you see him come up, and there's Aldean.
Oh, it was awesome.
And it's just, he's chilling in his T-shirt there.
Well, he had no idea. He thought he was just going to say hey to him real quick, and Trump was like, "Stay with me."
Right.
So he's down there, and it was amazing. It was amazing. We were in a suite up above, and Dennis Quaid was in there, so it was cool.
Oh, we ran into
Quaid.
Dennis Quaid.
Yeah, that was fun.
He said you've been beating him up on the golf course.
Oh, not really. Not really. He brought his dog the last time we played.
Peaches.
What kind of dog is it?
He's a little bulldog, little one of those little bulldogs. I mean, I don't know what kind of
Does he
bulldogs
relieve
are.
himself on the golf course? And does Dennis
Does
pick
Dennis
up the-
relieve himself or the dog?
Well,
I didn't
both.
see him relieve himself. I'm sure the dog did, but it was quite a round.
Does he have a handler for the dog, or is he taking care of the dog?
No. That dog minds.
Okay.
That dog does everything Dennis tells him to do, or her. I think Peaches is a her.
It was great seeing
would
him, though. He's
imagine.
got that movie Reagan coming out, which is going to be
I can't wait to
awesome.
see that.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
And we were standing, I was standing next to him, listening to the speakers, and I just wanted to start talking to him about Wyatt Earp. I just wanted to say, so Dennis, I want to talk about. It was like really hard not to.
No, when you
Huge
play
fan.
when you play
Huge
eight,
fan.
Me too.
I've played like 3 rounds with him now, and when you're out there, it's all I can do because I never wanted to go there. Like, hey man, do that scene right there. It's like I never do that, and we just play golf, and
Yeah, I mean,
he's
he's
a
not
blast to play with, and he's a really really good dude, man. He's got a temper too. He does. We'll have him on.
Yeah.
We'll have him on.
that'll
We'll
be
talk
great.
about his
Great
golf
guest.
temper a
But
little bit.
we were supposed to play at 11.
Yeah,
Right?
after we were supposed to play after the convention, Trump obviously had a pretty long speech that night, right? And went longer, I think, than everybody was expecting. We were supposed to go on at 11.
It was midnight or 12:30.
Yeah, I got later, and we're old men, right? So 12 and 12:30, that's late for these guys.
You're not
Heck
old.
yeah.
Dude,
You're not old.
Yeah.
bro, I'm telling you, it was
was
struggle.
late.
It was a struggle.
It was late.
But it's cool. Cash
Yeah.
came out. Vivek came out. Ramaswamy and and a couple of, it was like a private party for a lot of the delegates and of course a lot of the big hitters there, but it was fun.
I will say that, I mean, to me, just watching it on TV, that was the most energetic convention that I'd seen. It was really good, really positive.
Our boy Hulk came out.
Andre, yeah, he
Hulk
came out.
Hogan,
Oh my God,
yeah.
that was
That
awesome.
didn't hurt anything.
No.
Yeah. That
What
was
do
awesome.
what do you guys think about Kamala? Is that how you
Oh,
say?
you went
is,
right to it.
Is that how you say her name?
No, that's a segue.
That's
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I think that's right.
Let's go. Let's
It
let's
is
go to the
Kamala.
opposition right off the bat.
Well,
Is it Kamala or Kamala?
It's
or
Kamala.
the way I heard it was
Kamala.
Kamala. No, I think it's Kamala.
It's Kamala.
Yeah, so
It's Kamala.
Definitively.
yes, and I don't know. We've talked about it a little bit. It's kind of amazing the transition. Like before, when she's strictly VP, you know, you see her doing the things and she's speaking.
She did. She
everything.
did nothing. Okay,
and, well-
not doing things. She didn't.
Yeah.
She did nothing. By the way,
Right.
go ahead. My bad.
Sorry, you asked me. But she would just say things that just weren't super intelligent. She'd just repeat the same phrase just over and over again, and they kept playing those clips. And then like the day after they announced that, you know, that she's going to be the candidate running, all of a sudden, you know, she was slick and everything, and I was sitting there thinking, well, this ain't good. She looks good. She talks good. New shiny penny. And
Well,
I'm
are
a
you
little-
saying that because of the way that she acted and spoke, or because of the way that they spoke of her?
Both combined, and that's a good point, because just immediately the media who had been bashing her, even
Right.
you
The
know,
Democrats didn't even like her.
no, and super low approval
Right.
rating, and anyway, then all of a sudden she becomes the second coming, and it's just amazing, just like that. And so I'm a little concerned about
Really?
yeah, and not about her as an individual, but just they're just that side can be really good at winning.
I just hope that everybody, and like I said, it's a beautiful thing. You vote who you want to vote for. Mm-hmm. I just hope that everybody, I know a lot of people just vote against Trump because they're programmed to hate Trump. Mm-hmm. And I just hope that people will take the time to actually do some research on her before they just decide to vote for her, because she's the most radical.
She was voted
Yes.
out of 100 senators,
Thank you.
the most liberal of 100 senators.
Yes.
And they, since then, deleted that page, so you can't actually go to it.
Well,
and
that's
find
what
it
they're
out.
doing
Right,
now.
right,
They're-
But
yeah, all that stuff there, it exists. The media is not going to show it. We know that. So really, all I'm saying is for those who hate Trump enough to just vote for whoever else. I just hope that that those people just take a few minutes and just make sure, because what's happened is she's very far left, and they're trying to say that she's in the middle. And she's saying different things, Kayla, like you said. She's trying to put her in the middle now, but that stuff's out there.
yeah, I'm actually not worried. I don't think she's got a shot.
I don't either.
I really don't. That's just my
that's
personal
great.
feeling. I just don't think
No, she ain't got.
anybody
She ain't got
can
a shot.
see her being good at foreign affairs. I don't think anybody can see.
Do you
her being
think
presidential?
Can I ask you a question?
I think
Yeah.
there's. I give them.
Do you think the people that hate Trump like they do care about foreign affairs?
no,
I think they do. It's
But
a
I
good
don't think there's that
question,
many of them.
but
Do you think the people that we're talking about that vote for her, do you think they really think immigration is a problem?
Oh boy. I think that their fear of Trump outweighs it all.
Right. And that's why I'm scared.
Yeah,
I'm
I
scared
get it.
because the people,
Yeah,
I'm
those are
scared
good
that the
questions.
people
I don't think so.
that people are programmed to Trump bad, no matter what.
Yeah, orange man bad.
Or he's oddly enough, he's a threat to democracy, even though they just bypass democracy completely.
So okay, let's.
Now that-
I don't want this to be a politics show, but
No,
it is a good point.
And it's not, because
I really don't.
I don't know enough about politics to have a politics
And we say that
show,
all the time,
but-
right?
You don't
We're
have
not
to know
those
about
guys.
But
politics.
this is pretty obvious.
you don't have to
So-
know that much
But
about
she
politics.
didn't get she shouldn't. I mean, the process. She didn't go through the process, and when she did go through the process, she lost miserably.
And I want to highlight that.
Highlight that. Thank you, Kurt.
No. I want to highlight it because it's a big deal. This might be a hot take or something you guys don't even agree with, but I'm of the feeling that Joe Biden shouldn't be running for president. Like, in no way in America should we have that guy running for president. That's not good. You want two people that are running that you can actually have a good debate and conversation about. He is not fit to run the country. So I'm okay with him not running. What I'm not okay with is them bypassing the Democratic way of voting someone in.
Which they would have had to do had they not covered up how much he's declined. Because I found it very disturbing. And here's why I'm scared. When they had the debate in Biden, like we've known for months, years, was such a decline. He was having a hard time.
Yeah.
Everybody was stunned. This has been out there.
Right.
And then they'd say, oh, those are fake videos and it's fake and it's deep fakes. And that's what concerns me. You know, guys, how could you not see this? You know, I'm a little worried about that. Those people that just at all costs won't.
I'm just worried about, and I've got people that vote Democrat and are liberal, friends, family, whatever. But what the odd thing to me is that not one of them have said, God, I wish I would have had a vote to be able to vote who I wanted in. They're okay with this whole process.
Because they're masters. Democrats are masters at no matter what, they're falling in line.
Yeah, you're right about that.
And there's a strength in that is scary. And you're right, they are waving the Kamala flag.
Be honest. What's the only way that Kamala Harris... Kamala, whatever. What's the only way that she can win? Be honest. What's the only way?
If she picks the right VP
no,
and puts up a fight.
No, be honest. Seriously.
Hey, look, I am being honest with you. I'm telling you right now, the people that we need to vote for Trump that were on the fence, they may have just went the other way.
You think there's that many of them?
I do. I think there's a lot of people. I think that there's a lot of people out there.
I think the only way that she can win is if it's stolen. That's the only way she can win. It's the only way possible.
Well,
mathematically, it's the only way she could possibly win is if they're able to pull off the biggest heist again. It's the only way she can win.
I just think that a lot of people, and really, agreeing with what's your name? Tully. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow. What kind of medicine are you on, bro?
Speaking of Biden.
Yeah, no kidding.
That was my Biden
Go get him at the
impersonation.
ballot or the battle box.
No,
Battle box.
I
we can only beat
that.
Medicare.
I just feel that people are easily misled, and whatever information they get the most of, they just believe it. And they just do.
God,
and that's what I worry about.
I have a hard time believing there's that many people out there that are that blind. I have a hard time believing it.
I've just seen it. I've known people that are just so, doesn't matter what, they're not voting for Trump, no matter what. And I asked them, I said, what? I would like to know, and maybe this is a good time. I would love to have a Democrat on the show as a guest, because
Nope. Oh, I you know what? I'd have a Democrat on, but I wouldn't have a liberal on. It's totally different things.
I do
it's not
agree
the
with you.
same thing anymore.
I agree with you.
Democrat's
Yep.
not that's like a term that's got left way in the past.
See, I feel, am I wrong? I feel sadly that a Democrat, a moderate, there's no space for someone in the middle now. Like, you've got the liberals, or you got to be over here, where it's like the common sense area feels like it's kind of empty a little bit.
It does.
Mm-hmm. So that the nation is divided right in half.
Let's just say she did win. I'm not worried about a thing. I'm not.
Well,
we're going to keep doing what we're doing. I'm not worried about my kids. They were raised up right.
And your kids are raised up and they're older. The kids that are growing up in this, though, it does matter. It matters when your family is a victim of a violent act by an illegal.
Sure,
it completely matters.
That's out of your control. You can't control that.
But you can control it not happening.
I understand that.
You can control it not happening by not allowing it.
I was about to say this. So we've gone, 30 minutes, and we're almost like Google. We're erasing the assassination attempt.
Yep.
No.
There's no doubt in my mind that an angel spun his head that way. And there's no doubt in my mind, and I do.
And you have a similar experience of.
Oh yeah, I've felt that where there's no rhyme or reason. You move away a certain way, and it could save your life, and you don't know why you did it. It makes no sense. Mm-hmm. And that's what happened. I talked to Cash about it. I said, I know what the thoughts are in his head. It's like, why this doesn't make sense. And I do know that for a fact that that's not dumb luck,
No.
Because the shooter, he didn't miss. An angel just kind of moved Trump's head that way to let him survive it. That bullet was going to hit him.
Guys, we were all watching the rally live. The band, we were on the bus watching it. For whatever reason, we had that thing on.
Yeah.
We saw this go down in real time. Yep. And it was right before we had to do an acoustic show that night. And it was actually pretty hard to go do the acoustic show because it brought up some past experience thoughts and stuff. And it was, also somebody's trying to kill a former president and a probable next president.
Yeah.
It was emotional.
Yeah, we all very rarely do we all have that moment of going back to Vegas. For some reason, I think it's the way we are, and we've been together for so long that we don't ever talk about it. We just moved on, and we're getting through it in our own way. But when we heard that sound, we all immediately that's gunfire. From the second it happened, and it was like, man, you hate it for everybody that's there, and the fireman that lost his life, and it's just it does bring back really really strange.
It brought back
feelings,
a lot of strange feelings that I don't know if we suppress them or if we just move forward, but it is what it is. And then, somewhat like the Vegas thing, huge news for a week. Then it's gone.
Yeah.
Hey, and Curtin, when you say, just for a new listener, when you say the Vegas thing,
okay,
just
I'm sorry.
Give them real quick, just for somebody.
We played the Route
coming
91
on.
Festival, and thank you for bringing that up. There was the deadliest mass shooting in American history. We were playing with Jason at the Route 91 Festival. What year? Do you know?
God, what year was that?
I mean it's 8 years ago, maybe, but maybe we did suppress it.
Yeah, yeah, we definitely have.
But
for
that
sure.
is what it was. And like I was saying, it's odd because with the Trump assassination, obviously that's major news. And there's, of course, we can dive into some of the other stuff if you want, the Secret Service and FBI stuff, but that news is gone now. It's gone. People aren't even talking about it. And this guy was a.
It takes me back to the reason that I'm not worried about the election. If people truly believe that God had a hand in him turning his head like he did and not losing his life, then why? Why did that happen? It's because he wants him to lead the free world. He wants him. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and
that's why I'm not worried about anything. If you truly believe that was divine intervention, him turning his head like that, then there's a reason for it, and the reason for it is he's supposed to get elected.
Oh, he is supposed to.
So that's why I'm not worried about it.
Well, no, I 100% agree, but he could be saving him from something else. I don't know.
Right.
Could be something else. I feel he definitely saved him. He definitely, angel turned his head, God turned his hand, Jesus turned his head,
right.
Whatever. But yes, and it could very well be to lead the country, or it could be he's saving him for something down the
No,
road that he's
it's for the moment.
billions of dollars to. That's gonna.
There's only one reason. There's only one
know.
reason that he turned his head that way, and that he was directed to turn his head that way, and it's to get elected for the next 4 years. That's the reason.
Well, it is.
His ear got clipped by a bullet.
But it is a wild. I mean, the fact that
That's what I believe.
that even happened. it seems impossible.
It does seem impossible.
That there's no one. It is, look, you don't have to be a Secret Service expert or law enforcement expert to know that someone should have been watching that roof. So that is a massive failure, and
it's a rabbit hole of a conversation. And I am not a conspiracy theorist. I just am not. But sometimes you feel like they
didn't
give you a reason to wonder.
Yeah, they didn't
what
do
the
a
hell
very
was
good
going
job
on.
of making you feel like it couldn't have been, because
Right.
there's no information, and then they say they can't get into the guy's phone for 3 days. I mean, come on, this is the CIA. I mean, so it's just they don't offer a lot of reasons for us not to think crazy stuff sometimes.
Well,
I'm not either.
Unfortunately.
Do you care if I read just a little bit of the timeline? Because it's funny, today I was actually, because I wasn't sure what we're going to be talking about tonight.
Yeah.
And so, but I was watching the news, and they came up with a timeline, because as more days go by, they find out more things. And so on July 6th, Thomas Crooks is the guy who's dead now, for the assassination attempt. July 6th, Crooks, he registered for the rally. And then he also searched Oswald and Kennedy distance, how far away he was shot from. July 7th, this 6 days before, he surveys the site. On July 12th, he practices at the shooting range, same AR-15, that he used. July 13th, the day of the rally, that's when things accelerated. He purchased 50 rounds of ammo from a local store there. Went home, told his parents that he was going to a shooting range. But instead he went to the rally site. He parked, flew his drone around for a little while, and then local police officially identified him as a suspicious suspect, right, or person, and they were even sending texts around saying, hey, we've got this this guy around here. He's kind of walking around doing stuff. He looks out of place, and then the next text came out and said, oh yeah, if you want to get in touch with the Secret Service snipers to look out, I've lost sight of him, right? And then you have all the small town people. That's our podcast. Try that in small town. You have them saying, and they might as well have been my neighbors growing up, and said, hey, Jimmy Dale, there's a dude over there. He's climbing up on the roof.
Jimmy Dale.
He's got a gun.
Jimmy Dale.
He's got a gun. And they're saying, yeah, he's got a gun. And all these country people and small town people are pointing out, a huge threat. And you have the Secret Service and all this, but they're not communicating with them apparently, because that should be an easy thing to do. Radio somebody, but it just didn't happen. I mean, it's just really insane.
Well, and the director of the Secret Service, that was embarrassing. I watched when she had to go to testify about it. It was actually embarrassing. And just resign.
Who knows? Like, maybe she isn't in charge of all that.
Well,
and you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but it seems obvious.
yeah.
For the guy on that roof.
At the
it's
very least.
it's a 100-yard shot, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Which is nothing. You know what I mean?
No,
Yeah.
it's a layup.
Well, and
Speaking of that, show them our new amazing merch.
gosh,
This is my new favorite thing. We're gonna move these things. Look at that.
Well, and you know what? The inspiration for this, well, there's
Little morning-
the obvious
Morning cup of
inspiration.
Trump.
Come on.
But I don't know if you guys knew this, but like on Facebook, you couldn't share that picture or you couldn't post it.
Really?
They would
Right.
take it down
Okay.
because they said it was altered.
Okay. See, this is what gets me.
When can we talk about
This is what-
music?
this is-
I want to
this is
talk
the-
about music.
Wait a minute. This is the kind of stuff that gets me just really.
I know. I'm with
They
you.
have since been called out on it, and it's been fixed.
That's amazing. I didn't know that.
But yeah, that's actually for real. So we're making sure this image
Yes.
lasts.
And let's be honest, that's an iconic image. I mean,
It is an iconic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's amazing. Anyway,
It makes coffee taste better.
oh, you got coffee in yours? Anyway, buy a mug.
Well,
Buy a
he's-
couple.
He's the definition of badass, and So is Aldean. And I think you are too, Tully.
Thank you, Neil. That's my name, Kalo. Tully. Thank you.
This whole
You're gonna upset
this
them.
whole Olympic opening thing.
So I didn't see it. Obviously, I saw it on X. So tell me about the opening. I didn't see it.
You mentioned music.
You didn't see it?
That you want to talk about.
Yeah. Do you
music.
want to
There was
talk
some
about
good
music, or you want to talk about the Olympics?
I mean, not the music behind the scene, but
Yeah.
it was pretty offensive. If you're a believer, it's pretty offensive.
Well, they knew what they were doing, and they tried to backtrack it.
Sure, they
now,
did.
But it's obvious. I mean, again, it's quite obvious what they were doing, and it's.
Was it just so everybody knows, and even for me, like the picture I saw
It's been everywhere.
Somewhat mockery of the Last Supper. Is
Yeah.
that
Right.
accurate?
That's
for
exactly
sure.
what
Yeah.
it was. They for sure were doing that, and everyone knows it.
The pale white horse running in, and
So tell me about that, because I don't.
pretty much, Satan riding the pale white horse coming in.
Oh, no, that part I didn't see.
You didn't see that?
I didn't see that.
Oh, yeah. That was really good. And all the countries behind it following.
Wow.
Yeah.
What happened to the days when somebody's just lighting the torch and it's really amazing?
Right.
What are we
Yeah.
doing? Why are we doing this? It's
Well, and it's a worldwide thing. Like it's a, it's in
What?
Paris.
Let them keep doing
and so,
it. Let them keep doing it.
And they said they wanted to be inclusive
It's supposed to be happening
of all
anyway.
people, but it
they're
wasn't.
not.
Wasn't all people. It was just a certain section of people. So that's not inclusive.
It's not.
To me, and to use that as to your point, I think there's a couple billion Christians and you want this TV audience. Surely people want to make money off the Olympics. Somewhere somebody wants to make money. Why would you offend? A couple billion people.
It's Satan, dude.
On the way.
It's Satan. That's
and
all
it's
it is.
always Christianity. They always hit the
Absolutely.
Christians, but you couldn't do it. There's no way they're going to do that.
Any other faith.
Oh, let's get a great Da Vinci portrait of Muhammad, and let's make light of that.
not
Then
gonna
we'll say
happen.
we're not making light. We'll say we're promoting it. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you can talk about God all day long. You can give it up to God all day long. Anybody can. Nobody's offended. As soon as you say the word Jesus, man, it's bad for business. It's the most offensive word in the English language
well, here's the thing.
by far. And I'm gonna say this. It's like all of that evil that you see on the opening of the Olympics or anything else that you see on TV or out there on social media, all the evil that they try to spew. The positive side to all that is it's awakening people. Because there's a lot of people that have.
I'll agree with that.
It's an awakening.
Yeah.
That's the positive side about it.
I think people are really just tired of it all. They're
I think so,
tired.
too.
They're tired of it. They want to watch the Olympics. It's about the athletes.
That's what it's
they
about.
want to watch. They don't want to be thrown into this. That no one
My
wants to
son
see.
loves the Olympics.
Me
You know
too.
what he loves?
Yeah,
The swimming.
yeah. My
the
dad.
basketball,
Same thing.
The track. All that
I
stuff.
love it.
I do
all
too.
love it. It's like we just.
And thank God there's no dude swimming with the girls in the Olympics.
Yes, well, that's always good.
Hey, this is an awesome conversation. Guys, if you're watching, listening, we're about to break here. Just pay attention to our sponsor. We're so thankful for them. We'll be right back.
We're so thankful for our sponsor. Original Brands is starting a new era in American domestic premium beer.
Amen.
American made, American owned. Original Glory.
Original Glory not only tastes great, but it's under 90 calories and only 2 carbs. Easy drinker and perfect for the active lifestyle.
Bring it.
Original Glory. It's a veteran-founded company with a deep love of country. Original Glory.
Freedom is worth drinking too.
Join the movement at drinkoriginalbrands.com.
All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for listening and continuing to listen to the Try That in a Small Town podcast. We always appreciate you. Kalo, you said you had something you wanted to add to that last little bit.
Oh yeah, just one more thing about the Olympics and everything, and you guys know how much I love The View and watching Whoopi Goldberg and everything. And she was talking to us. She goes, people are offended by that, and the intro and all that, and said, but you know what, you can just turn the TV off or stop listening. There's other things to listen to and pay attention. Just stop listening. Which is very reasonable.
It really is.
Change the channel.
We do
But-
have control of the on-off button.
Yes. Right, which I thought, well, I like that. But then I started thinking about it.
Except when our song is playing, you're not allowed to turn it off.
Yes. Well, I mean, it wasn't too long ago when the same Whoopie, Jason Aldean's "Try That in Small Town" came out, and she couldn't say enough about it. Just how terrible it was, and that they're showing all this video footage of Black Lives Matter and all this stuff, and she just went on a rant. But for the Olympics, when it's something else, just change the.
If you don't like it, just don't watch it.
Just
it's that easy.
Watch
It's so
else.
easy.
That's what she said.
Selective rationale.
Really?
Interesting.
Interesting fact about our song here. I got a text from my future son-in-law, and he was in Tootsies. He was at the airport, Nashville Airport, waiting to go to his gate, and he went in Tootsies, lounge there in the airport, and it was right after the assassination attempt happened. And there was a guy playing on stage in there, and all these people, including him, were requesting, Try That in a Small Town, play it, Try That in a Small Town. And the guy on stage said he couldn't play it because the owners, the management and the owners wouldn't let him play it.
Specifically said not to play our song?
Yes. They kept requesting it.
Preemptively said...
Now, what's the guy's name that
the dude on stage said, I'm not allowed to play it.
He said that to the crowd?
I'm like, what are you talking about?
Who owns Tootsies? Who's in charge of that?
Some guy named Steve something.
Okay, out there, if you're listening, I doubt he's listening.
I don't think
I would love to have him on.
I think he owns Tootsies and quite a few properties on Broadway.
Somebody's going to play it for him.
He owns a lot.
I would love to have him on as a guest and ask him why. Please come on. So I'd like to know
I couldn't
why
believe
is that?
Like,
what is it about that song? Is it too patriotic? Is it do you not agree with anything we were saying? I would love to know what his take is.
I would too. Big time.
Yeah. I'm with you.
And what other songs has he banned?
Here's his name, Steve Smith. They said Steve Smith won't let them.
Well, Steve Smith, if you're listening,
they said he owns all of Broadway.
Yeah, I mean he's
okay.
He's a power player.
I'd love to have him on.
That's ridiculous. He said
I'd love to have him on as a guest just to get to have a debate about it.
Well, and it's his prerogative. I mean, he owns the place. We've talked about it before. Like sometimes we'll go play a corporate event. Neil and I, or whatever, and the client will say, hey, by the way, me and my husband love your song, but please don't play that tonight, okay? Kill it. There's damn it. But it happens. But with him being an owner, he can just say, don't play this because I don't like it. It's just interesting.
In Nashville,
he has the right.
He has the right. It just
like what?
But when you have customers that are buying stuff, it seems like you'd want to give them what they want. But that's a.
I wonder if he's like banning
lean.
Country Boy Can Survive because that band. And I'm sure it is.
Beer for my horses.
You know what he won't ban? Whiskey drink.
Oh,
there you go. Oh, yeah.
He won't
That's
ban.
right.
Jason Aldean.
Everybody wants to sell.
Great
released,
segue.
Released 29.
We got to tell everybody that Tully Kennedy and Kurt Allison have Jason's new single, Whiskey Drink.
They say
go
right what you know about.
Go download it and request it.
Well, thank
you, Neil.
And it was
me
fun.
and Kalo, it's kind of bittersweet for us because our name's not on that song, and I don't know why because I've known y'all a long time.
Funny story about that song is that right after the double album came out, I think Whiskey Drink was the very first song we wrote just after that album. Like it was written a long time ago.
Right.
But it's fun. It's fun and it's talking about
I'm sure
our
it is
favorite
fun,
thing.
Tully. I'm sure it's a lot of fun knowing you got the second most added single in the country, and me and Kalo are sitting over here.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like a whiskey drink?
I'm sure it is fun for y'all.
Well, but since we're a part of the team, and we have other songs on that record, we want all singles to do well and be massive hits because it helps.
Do we
every-
really?
It helps. Yes, it helps everybody, and it helps for the next record and the next one and the next one. So we want to. Yes.
And I don't know if everybody knows
Pull for it.
on that record,
Right.
we all wrote Tough Crowd,
Yeah.
which is a fantastic song.
Which we opened the tour with
Yep.
last year, which was a great opener. A great one.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
And what else did we have on there? With Jesse Alexander, right?
Rather Watch You.
Yeah, Rather Watch You, the ballad.
That's
Rather
on
Watch
there.
You,
Are
which
y'all,
is-
are y'all trying to make us feel better that we don't have
Is it working?
the next single? Is that what you're
Is it
trying to do?
working?
Is that- not really.
Okay.
Hey.
Then no.
Hey, you know, on Tough Crowd, just because you mentioned it, is one of our favorite songs that we wrote together. I think the second one we wrote together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Download Tough Crowd.
but it came
Download
from
Tough Crowd.
I was in my apartment with my wife Rachel, and I was watching a Tennessee basketball game, and I was just standing there. I stand and pace when I'm watching games. She's over there cooking stuff, and she's telling me something, and I didn't say anything. I didn't respond to her, and she goes, "Wow, Tough Crowd." And I looked over at her and I said, "What'd you say?" She goes, "Tough
Was that
Crowd." And I said,
This is
"That's
how
fantastic."
the ideas
And
are born right
and
here.
That's where it came from. And for whatever reason, you hear that phrase, but in that moment, I heard it in a different way.
So actually, the idea came from your wife, not you.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
and-
they
Yeah. So,
Does she get
that does change
percentage?
percentages.
Sorry, Rachel.
No, that's a great story.
Yeah, it's really
I
good.
didn't really know that.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
I remember when we first played Jason the demo. We were out doing an event for the Super Bowl
Yep. I remember her
last year,
as well.
and we had just got me and Kurt were on the phone and texting with Neil's cousin, Patrick Thrasher, who mixes a lot of the demos, tweaking the mix, and we got it done just in time to go to the gig, and we played it for Aldean like 20 minutes before the show, and he loved it.
He loved it. I remember him
That's
saying
awesome.
he was listening to where it does that breakdown and the survivors line.
Oh, yeah.
Those goosebumps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
a
awesome.
great song.
You know,
That's awesome.
For
That's
real
a fun
though,
one.
I'm proud for you guys
Well, thanks.
Absolutely.
for having the next single.
The current.
I really am.
I know.
I know.
We play most of your songs during the night.
Let's toast to the next. Let's toast to
Neil's songs.
Yes.
There's a lot of thrasher songs or thrash songs.
To good old Neil
No,
songs.
no. There's a lot. Aldean's got a lot of life left, and
Now, you know what? I'm excited. You guys will be coming up to Evansville. So those of you who come to Evansville, the Try That podcast will be in the house.
Yeah, we might go, on campus that day and see if
Yeah.
we can talk to some people. So Evansville,
let's do it.
Indiana.
Please,
That'd be
let's do
fun.
it.
Can we
be
get
fun.
those mics that have the Try That in Small Town on each side, like those square that goes over the mic?
No, you're
and
going to
we
be
can-
wearing the Rascal Flats mic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Garth.
Yeah.
Garth.
One cool thing happened this past weekend on tour is the guest we had on, Jason Redmond, Navy SEAL. He actually came out to a show in Virginia Beach, brought his wife and his daughter and a couple of friends out, and to meet him in person, what a great guy. And you feel, just being around him, you feel patriotic, you feel amped up, and it was great.
It's humbling. And because it's funny. So we had him on, I forget, a few weeks ago. The episode just aired, and I had listened to it again, and I remember some of this stuff, and I'm just like in awe, right, of his story. It's unbelievable. If you haven't seen it, please go back and watch it. Even a lot more than some of the episodes, that's one you need to watch.
And they come out and he's like, "Hey, I just want to thank you so much for having us out. This means a lot to us." And I'm thinking to myself, this is the least we can do.
Yeah.
All right.
American hero, thank you.
Yeah.
But he hung out for a while, and Jason spent some time with him, and it was just really a good moment.
It was a great moment. And you said it, we were in Virginia Beach, which is a heavy military area and crowd. And by the way, we played there, I can't tell you how many times.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
I mean, we play there almost every year, and that's a great crowd for us, probably for a lot of those reasons. But again, we were there, and I don't know what it was, 20-something thousand packed. Man, it's a great reminder. And Tully said, we're blessed to be able to do what we do. And that was one of those nights. typically you don't do that. You play and you have a great time, and it's like, man, good show. That was one of those nights. Maybe because Jason was there, maybe because that crowd that night. You're like, man, we're blessed, man.
This tour
is incredible.
This tour feels different.
Proud to be an American.
Yeah.
This
100%, dude.
This tour feels different, and I there's a lot of things going on with it. Like Aldean is firing on all cylinders. Like it's always singing great, but he's really talking to the audience a lot, and
He's singing his
and he's
ass
singing
off.
really strong. And look, we've been playing, with Aldean for 25 years, and he's always sings great. But sometimes it's like, whoa. And we go as he goes. Like when he's singing like he is, it's like a Mack truck out there. It is moving.
You can tell
And
he's in a good place.
He's in a great place, but I think it's almost a point of like, some of it, I think too, is just 20 years of the first record coming out pretty much, and a spot of being reflective a little bit. But man, and I think a lot of us try that in a small town, just the feeling of everybody. It did unify, It's been great. I mean, but having Jason out was really,
It was really cool. And it was also good to kind of see his lighter side. I mean, he's just a good dude, and he was a great hang. And like you said, it's just an honor would be the understatement of the day.
Yeah, and he's a great speaker. He said he did over 600, just speaking engagements. Which is really cool because, and Neil, you were talking about it, about how he talked about his failures. At the time as a leader, which made him grow into this more incredible man, and then the letter that he wrote, even in rehab and all that stuff, is just amazing. It wasn't. A Navy SEAL said, yeah, I'm tough and I'm a badass, of which he is, but he also went through, a lot of stuff, just personally and everything. Just such a cool story. And that book, the book he had, what was the book? Trident. Yeah.
Go check out that.
I hadn't read that yet, but I want to.
Y'all go check out that episode.
He's amazing.
And check out that book.
And there's another book I want to bring up, and Jason's amazing. And thank you, Jason, for coming out, because it really meant a lot to us. And read the book Trident, and him and his wife have another book coming out that he mentioned
Relationship.
on the podcast.
Book.
Another book. I'm a fan of J.D. Vance, and I read his book Hillbilly Elegy. I read it when it came out.
Yeah,
years
you
ago.
read it back
years when it first
when
came
nobody
out.
knew him.
I'm from a very similar place, like very much like Appalachia, small mountain town. J.D. Vance's story, for those of you who don't know about him or have negative thoughts about him, for whatever reason, read his book. This kid came from nothing, put himself through school, went in the Marines for 4 years, and then put himself through law school. And it is quite a story, and it is the American dream. So give that book a shot too.
I haven't read it, and nor have I seen it. Have you guys?
Don't see the movie first. Whatever you do, don't watch the movie first. Read the book first.
I can't read. I'm from Alabama. I have to watch movies.
Yeah.
Well, and what I was going to say, I know not to get into politics, but just because you said that, everything he did, which sounds like an amazing life, going to the Marines, being an attorney and all this stuff, they're now labeling him as weird.
Yeah. That's the
that's the word. and everybody, like every pundit on every channel,
Hey,
on
they're
on
labeling
the left.
us as weird.
No, I know, but the thing is, everybody's weird to somebody.
Hey.
Well,
We're all weird.
Well,
right?
I mean, come on. I mean, that's it. Yeah. I think if you look at J.D. Vance, whether you like him as the VP pick or not, it is the American story.
and it's an inspiring story, no matter what.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard work. He didn't come from money. He didn't come from nothing pointed him in the direction that he is in now. I think people can see him and say, "Well, I can do that."
It's a good ticket.
Yeah.
I think it's a great
Another
ticket.
reason why I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the fact that you and Kurt aren't worried makes me
More worried.
less worried. No, because I tend to, and this is no secret. Anybody that knows me really knows me knows that I am constantly ridden with stress.
Yeah.
around all things. That's how I exist.
Well, if you're
I
that
exist
way,
on
I know
stress.
that Kalo is a people pleaser, and he worries. Yeah.
Well, me and Kurt have been, you know, like you know this. Like we've been working together for I don't even know how. I lost track of the years. 30 years at this point. But he carries a lot of my stress.
I need to take you like deer hunting. I need to take.
I love to hunt.
I need to take you turkey hunting.
Yeah. I
We-
mean,
no, we need to get you out into God's creation and see it. And
no, I
let
love
you-
God's
let you
creation. I spend my time out
decompress.
there. Hey, look, when I'm out there skiing
No,
with
you
my
need to
family,
keep- no.
I let it go.
Look, no.
At least for a few
I'm
hours.
I'm not talking about skiing. I'm talking
I'm
about
taking you skiing.
I'm talking about killing shit.
Language.
I'm not talking about.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about skiing. You can go out there and ski. I love skiing. I love to ski. But
I think we've only skied once.
I know. But I mastered
And I was
it.
with
But he
you.
loved it.
I mastered it.
He mastered it.
And actually,
The first run, I
watched,
mastered it.
I watched an episode a few days ago, and you said I'm an incredible skier, and I'm like, I was there with you.
I am. Did you not
We did
see?
the-
I missed a bunch of runs because I was waiting on you on the chairlift because I knew you were going to fall when you got
I'm
off.
was like-
definitely.
See, why
I
did
was
we
like-
wait an hour to
I
get to
had-
this
I had
content?
Bambi.
I'm definitely
we're getting
taking you
it
guys
now.
skiing.
We're getting it now. And they had to shut the chair.
They didn't shut it down. No,
did.
they can't.
Yes,
Oh my
they
God!
did.
Please
keep
tell
it-
the story.
Yes, they
keep it
did.
going.
They had to stop the chairlift.
But I was tenacious.
And I'm sitting there leaning on my poles because here comes
God.
Kalo, and I knew what was going to happen because you had your skis crossed when you got down, and I knew
Wasn't
you were
ready.
going to hit it and you were going to eat it, and you did.
Well, you know why?
And they shut. I'm not finished.
Okay, it's your time.
They shut the
It's your
chairlift.
time.
They shut the chairlift down.
They didn't shut it
I
down.
bet you I missed 5 runs because
No.
of the chair.
Did they really shut the chairlift down?
They don't. do
Yes.
that. They.
What time
They
was
had
it?
to
You're not
stop
gonna
it.
shut the chairlift
It
down
was
for
gonna hit
5
you.
runs while
it was going
somebody's-
to knock you
No,
out
that didn't-
and hit you in the head if they didn't stop it.
That didn't happen.
It did happen.
No,
I
they
was
didn't.
there.
Well,
They
that,
didn't-
okay. I'm gonna.
They
It
didn't
got to
shut
the
it-
point
no.
where the guy doing the chairlift put his hand on the on-off lever because he saw Kalo coming. It's true.
No, if
I
you'll-
love you,
if
but
you'll
it's
allow
true.
me, if you allow me, so this is a heroic story.
Here comes the guy, and he put his hand on the chairlift on-off button, and he was waiting because he knew what was going to happen.
I think we've heard this.
I'm leaning, I'm leaning on the poles.
Do we have a rebuttal?
We do. It's actually it's a much more heroic story of tenacity and courage.
Yeah.
Then Neil paints it so negatively.
I didn't say it was negative.
But
it's
what
just-
happened? What happened? And some, if not all, of what you're saying is true. But when they said in the beginning, it said, okay, when you get off that chairlift, you have to get off in a certain way, and if you don't, they're not going to stop it, and people are they're just going to run over you. That's all I heard.
Can I ask you a question
The rest,
before you go any further? How long have you been skiing before you got in the chairlift?
an hour.
Yeah.
I mean, but anyway, so
Yeah.
so I failed when I first got up there. I was thinking, crap, I know I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one. I'm going to be the one. And sure enough, I did. And I was like Bambi flailing like a fawn. My skis are everywhere.
Oh my God!
It was terrible. And then I finally got up, and then I went back, and I want to do it again on the 8th time. And so that's what I'm telling you, this story about courage and tenacity and strength, resilience.
My daughter was doing that at 2. So I don't know.
So, but hey, either way, it was difficult. On my 8th time, I nailed it. Then it was easy. After
We're
that.
definitely going skiing.
Oh,
That's
I
happening.
will out ski.
Well, maybe me and Kalo need to do it together.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah,
tell
I
you
need a
something.
buddy.
I grew
I need
up-
a
have you seen
buddy
my
system.
skateboarding videos? Have you seen all that stuff? It came so natural to me. It was ridiculous.
Neil's going to outski us all.
Are you kidding me? It comes so natural that it's not even funny.
God.
Put an AR-15 on my back.
Oh wow!
Oh,
I'll shoot animals on the way down and never fall.
it's like Mission Impossible.
I was gonna say I've seen a movie like that. Yeah.
Well, that's
funny.
happening.
oh no, it's gonna happen. We're gonna do it. We should do a podcast from the slopes.
Oh my God!
Easy.
We're bringing Jim.
For sure.
Jim, we can't go anywhere without Jim now.
Let me tell you something. It was one of the funnest things I ever did, and I hadn't snow skied since I was like 14. At the
It
time.
is a great thing to do. It's
I got out there, and I don't want to brag on myself, but
Apparently you do.
let me tell you
before.
something. It was like I was born to ski.
Oh my God.
We got to get Atlanta to get some footage.
It's too bad that nobody got any footage of it because I was
Wait,
passing,
that's good. That's good.
Hey,
I was passing people that had been doing it for
Where were you
40
skiing
years,
at?
and it was like it was dumb. It's like, get out of my way. Get
Where
out of my way.
was
I
it
gotta-
at? Where were you skiing?
Salt Lake City.
Park City?
Park City. We skied there. We did a gig there. We played a show in Park City, and then we got to go ski. And I took lessons before, and I'm thinking to myself, why am I doing this? I already know how to do this.
What are you doing?
I know, right? And it's like,
Yeah, you already know the pizza, how to slow down.
it was
Right?
it was insane.
You call it pizza?
That's what the instructor said.
And I'm thinking to myself, what's next? What are we going to do? We're going to big wave surf? Where are we going? Let's do this. I'm feeling good.
It must be hard to be that good at everything. Oh, guys,
That
we
was
talked about a lot tonight.
That was awesome right there.
Yeah, we did. We talked about a lot tonight.
Not to interrupt. I want to leave something out there. Steve Smith.
It was. Oh,
Whoever
here we
knows him,
go.
I think this would be really good to have you come on and just we could have a talk about our song, and I'd love to know what is it about that
Yeah.
bothers you to the point where you won't let anyone play it in your bars.
I would love to know why too.
Yeah, and it's fair. It's not. I'm not being confrontational. I'm just curious because it'd be good for us to know. Anyway, Kurt, continue.
No, I don't. I've lost the mood.
Sorry, I didn't mean to. I
I've
interrupted you.
completely lost the mood.
Won't be the
Kurt-
last time.
What,
Yeah. Sorry.
What Kurt said.
We do need to thank everybody, right, for listening, watching. If you are watching on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you're listening on Spotify, Apple, whatever you're doing, download it. That would be awesome. Follow us at Try That Podcast, right?
Please
we're on
do.
Insta. We're on everything, right?
Hey, why
We're a
is
big
it
deal.
okay? Why isn't there a love button? Why is there just a like button?
Maybe it is a love button.
There needs to be a love button.
Well, it's a heart, so it kind of covers it both. You know, you
What
get
you
the
say-
like, but you
sound
get the
very
heart,
liberal.
which is a love.
do?
Need to be a love button.
Well, there needs to be a love
Sounds
button.
a little risque to me.
Like, I mean, but like and love are two different things. It's like we need
They are.
there needs to be a love button, like really love
No,
button.
Wow.
there's a love button.
And on that, thank you. Good night.
Make sure to follow along, subscribe, share, rate the show, and check out our merch at trythatinasmalltown.com.